Shalom Israel. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to Lek up there doing this work of faith and labor of love and true sincerity. All right. And I wanted to get into a quick lesson upon the first few verses here in the book of Proverbs 11. And it reads Proverbs 11 and 1. A false balance is abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. When pride cometh, when pride cometh, then cometh shame. But with the lowly is wisdom. The integrity of the upright shall guide them, but the perverseness of transgressors shall destroy them. And I pretty much wanted to touch on that word there, integrity. And when you look up the word integrity, like in math, they have the word integer, or you have the word integral, which pretty much means whole. So if you have if you're a person that has integrity, you're a whole. Okay, meaning what? That you will live by certain morals, standards, principles, guidelines, and different things like that. You're a whole. You're sound in your judgment, the way you go about things, the way you conduct yourself, the way you treat people. You know what I mean? Because you're guided by certain principles, and those principles in which we're guided by are what? The ways of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. These scriptures. That's what makes us whole. Okay. In today's time, they try to tell you, if you want to be more healthy, you got to eat more whole foods. When stuff within the society ain't truly whole at all. It's nothing but contaminated. And the ways of this world has nothing but holes, and there's nothing but contaminated. The ways of Esau, the different things in which people idolize, the different things in which people worship within the society is completely and utterly contaminated. They don't go about things in the correct manner. They don't see things in the correct manner. They don't know truly what being whole is, because they're so impartial to everything based upon what? Their feelings and emotions, man. That's ultimately what this society breeds. The society breeds a bunch of people stuck and trapped within their feelings and their emotions. All right? That's why they cannot be whole. Okay? But what a transgressor, somebody like that, that's they're willing to go against their principles, for whether it's a little bit of piece of money, or just because they're good talkers. They don't really believe the things in which they say. They don't truly, or better yet, they don't truly stand on them firmly. Might I add, that's a better way of saying it. They don't stand on the things in which they say in a firm manner, so therefore they can't be whole. And and going back to what the verse 2 said, when pride cometh, because for somebody to go against something in which they believe on, or something in which that they claim they stand on, that has to show you that it's a form of pride. Like, because something has to kick in gear, unless you just a simple-minded person like that. Something has to kick in gear where it's like, you know what? I could live like this. I could do this, or I could do that. I'll be straight. You know what I'm saying? That's the average ways of Jake, man. That's the average ways of Jake, just to want to put something to the side, for their own personal pleasure, for their own personal deeds, so they could get something out of the situation when every situation doesn't necessarily require that. You're going to be in various situations where you have to be selfish, but a lot of the times you're going to find self in situations where you have to be selfless, because that's one of the biggest things that we have to realize, is that it's not always just about us. It's about the body. It's about the Lord. It's about us serving a purpose that's truly greater than ourselves. Now, the average person will say, "Well, yeah, I'm taking care of my family." It's much bigger than that, man. We on a worldwide scale here, man. We talking about the salvation of our people. We're talking about us being rightfully brought back into power. We're talking about righting wrongs that have been done to us for hundreds of years, throughout the generations. These are the different things in which we're talking about. These are the foundations in which we're talking about, us being the Israelites, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We're dealing on a whole nother level of wholeness, that the most people just can't fathom. Therefore, it's easy for them to just toss something away because, you know, Jake is always looking for something. That's how you know that we're a lost people, because for the simple fact that when you have somebody that's keep searching and keep searching and keep searching and keep searching, or they switching from this to that to this to that, that shows you that they're lost. And you're just trying to find a better way, or you're trying to seek the truth out somehow, but things just don't completely sit right with you. But what should sit right with you is this truth once you hear it. If the Lord gave you the eyes to see and the ears to hear it, and to truly put it on, to truly walk with this truth, that's something that should actually be, that's something that should actually be, all right? But what, as I said, people don't truly know what it is to be whole. They don't know, what it feels like to be whole, because they still searching, they still impartial, because those ties with the ways of the world, those ties with the certain family members they have, or their best friend, or somebody looking at them differently and different things like that. This is why, it's kind of good for those coming into the truth, or that's in the truth. That's whether you've been loners or whether you didn't fit in, or you stood out for whatever reason. It's actually better for you when it comes to things like this, and that shows you too, because what the scriptures also talk about, what walking the straight gate, because broad is the way that leads to destruction. So if you on the more broad side of things, in reference to the ways of this world, it's not necessarily going to work out for you in the right way. All right. So, when it all boils down to it, you want to be standoutish. You want to be whole. You want to find your way with this truth, because this is truly the only way. Because being in the ways of the world, you're going to find yourself susceptible to so much bull crap that's going to leave you with that feeling of impartiality. It's definitely going to leave you with that feeling, man. Absolutely it's going to leave you with that feeling. So the best thing for our people to do is to stick with the right path once you come across it, or to actually give it an ear. You know what I'm saying? And instead of just throwing something away as soon as you hear it, just because you don't overall like the message of something, or like the way that somebody's speaking. You hear a few little things and then you're willing to toss something away because you may not personally agree with something. Nah, it's much bigger than that, man. It's much bigger than that. If you look at things on a fleshly level, of course there's going to be a lot of things you don't agree with. But if you look at things on a spiritual level, and on a more of a sound level, you're going to see truly what it is and how things should be. Because everything requires order and direction. And this truth gives us the order and direction that we need, better than anything within this world that could ever possibly be thought to give us some type of guidance, man. Because it gives us guidance while we're here on the earth, and it's giving us guidance towards the kingdom, towards how we should be, when said perils come, and it's giving us the blueprint of how we are to attain, the kingdom. That's what's most important about it, man. That's what's most important about it, So, with that, I just hope this segment was edifying. And I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Makakwadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to Lek out there doing this work of faith, labor of love and true sincerity. Shalom.